Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. We are on this morning's call on June the 23rd. It's Friday, the 23rd. This week, I think, has been one of the, well, it's heading up to be a red week, even though we've had some green in the previous weeks. We're on our way. Two testimonies from Powell does not for a green week make in the midst of all the stuff that we have going, recession impending, bank stuff happening, the non-rate hike from last week, and people across the world making bigger rate hikes. It's like, you start looking and say, we didn't make a rate hike. They doubled what we would have done. And we're like, could we have been doing the right thing? Or we'll see, right? Oh, and in the midst of, I don't know if this is impacting news as it pertains to the market, but I think it's impacting news. The little submersible subway thing that went down to see the Titanic being missing, and now they've said it's been an implosion, which, just hearing about what that all means is like, wow. But the last guy who did talk about it said that it happened in like a fraction of a second. So they was possibly no pain. The Bank of England raised their rates, which I just talked about. It's just been a lot this week, but we're still trading what we see and making money. Not only are we trading what we see, but we making money every afternoon. We've got some money going on. I'd like to find out this evening, if you have time today to like tally up your winnings for the week, if you don't mind, in the chat later today or sometime today, put like your weekly win. So if you've got, if you used 1 or 2 SPX contracts and you generated $200 or $300 off of that, 500, let's talk, please put those numbers in the chat so we can put those into the real, not with your name. I don't put anybody's name out there, but let's share with the world what we got going on. All righty. Okay, let me change the screen. Let me share my screen so that way we can go forward. All right, so on Yahoo Finance, the market's fear gauge just hit its lowest level since January 2020. Despite a few unknowns around the corner, the VIX is showing a very calm market. Yes, it is. The calmest since the pandemic began. It's kind of shocking. I think it was mentioned down here somewhere too, where it says it doesn't make sense. That's further down in the article, that the VIX is so low. Why we got all this stuff going on? It's like it doesn't track, as they say. It's like it doesn't track. Stock futures fall, on track for a losing week. 3M to pay $10.3 billion to settle Forever Chemicals lawsuits. Bank of America says investors are fleeing tech stocks after the baby bubble. I thought Triple Q got a pop yesterday. AI is a tool. It won't remove creativity from music. Absolutely. AI is going to be just like anything else. It's going to need the human ingenuity to continue to be a thing. KB Home focuses on first-time buyers and amid low inventory. Tesla, how one analyst missed the boat. Musk and Zuckerberg are going to have a cage match. I mean, really. It's say, well, this is peak absurdity. We got so many bigger problems. Steve Jobs left his daughter, Eve Jobs, billions. Nobody's shocked by that news. I mean, why would he not leave it to his daughter? Okay. Off to what the pre-markets are doing. Dow futures is down 0.38. S&P futures down 0.54. NASDAQ futures down 0.66. Oil is down 1.34. And the U.S. 10-year bonds is even red at this point. Start the losing week. Starbucks union says workers at more than 150 stores will strike over the Pride decor. Siemens Energy shares plunge more than 30% as wind turbine worries deepen. Treasury yields decline as investors digest Fed official comments. All righty. All those stocks that had the biggest moves before in pre-market, making the biggest move: Starbucks, CarMax, Virgin Galactica, which is space, and more. I won't open that up, but that's what's going on in our pre-market. In Asia, everything's red over there. Hong Kong stocks tumbled almost 2%. Asia markets fall across the board. All the Asia markets are red this morning, and the European markets are red this morning too. Europe stocks mixed at the end of gloomy week. Gloomy. Siemens Energy is down 34%. So what's going on over there? Why the AI behind deepfakes may also be their undoing. Let's see what's on the calendar for today. We have flash manufacturing PMI at 945 and flash services PMI also at 945. Those are both red folders. Natural gas storage from yesterday is red, about 10 billion more than they thought. Crude oil inventories was green, down 3.8 million. Okay, there we are with that. That's what's happening today. 9:45 is the time for the red folder this morning. Nothing else seems to be there on the Forex calendar, but at 1 o'clock, we've got oil rig stuff happening at 1 o'clock. Oh, FOMC member Mester is speaking at 1:40, and it's a medium volatility here. I wonder why it's not mentioned over on Forex. Why? Oh, why was it not mentioned over there? And then you've got all the speculative positions that are set up. This is what we looked like yesterday. That's on the 15-minute chart. Yep. 22nd started down here. We opened, looks like at 43.55, climbed a bit, hit a resistance level here at 43.75, dropped back a bit, which I really thought this candle was going to keep on pushing through. It didn't. Came on back down. It did push through much later in the day, and we ended up closing at 43.81.90. Not really been, I was thinking about not really been a high week, but there was some more happening up here the other day. Did you all see in the chat where I mentioned that SoFi had been downgraded by some place that does upgrading and downgrading? SoFi got downgraded to $5. So the anticipation is that it will most likely fall some. The YouTuber said, the one who he like solely does SoFi content. All he does is SoFi stuff. He said it's probably going to fall maybe 4 to 6%, or was it the people who, have shorts trying to get a little downward movement to get out of their shorts so that way SoFi can keep it moving? We know that things are manipulated to no end. It hit $10. Everybody like, SoFi get past $10 and it's running, and people who thought it was going back down to 5 are holding bags. But yes, it was downgraded. For those of us who are looking at shorting opportunities, if SoFi is in I was looking last night to see if it was in the hard to borrow category, and it wasn't. It was ETB, so it might provide a shorting opportunity. SoFi, if it, maybe there's a drop in the pre-market, because good thing about shorting and buying shares is you can do that in the pre-market. I mean, you could even, I think it starts at 6 in the morning. So you can do that even now if you're so interested, but you could short there. If you anticipate that the news will make the price drop a bit, you could maybe get a little bit, or, in your sim, because we were doing our shorting challenge in the sim, but you might decide you want to take a little piece over to your live. It's all, completely up to you. Not trading advice, just saying that may provide an opportunity. I updated the outcome of some of these. This was the 1 week expiration trades. I put them all in last week this time, and some of them are starting to close. So, well, they all will close today, but some of them have closed yesterday and the day before. So I was updating, like what happened, like this INTC. I closed this put credit spread with the loss, and then added on. Basically, I went down and added another. I think I'm gonna go with, as Saida said, but because the two of these trades that ended up being breached on the put side, it happened, I say over the weekend, but by the time the market opened on Tuesday morning, then two of these, the Palantir and the INTC or Intel, those were the two that were breached on the downside on Tuesday morning. So I decided, based on that and what was said by Saida, that I will, enter trades on the Monday, not on the week, not the Friday before, even though the premiums are definitely a little better if you go from Friday and then you have the next Friday expiration. But I'm not trying to be getting breached. That's not what we're after. So even though it's minor, and I'm putting stop losses in place, this is all still a test and a trial. It's really like I'm fine tuning it to see if something, so I can make sure that it's repeatable. But I'm going to try next week. I'm going to do the entries on Monday with a Friday expiration and see what kind of outcomes we like, what kind of input premiums we can look at, and what kind of outcomes we get at the end of the week. And I'll be sure to keep you abreast of what's going on with that. But this is what all this stuff is this is the trades that I did last week with the 1 week trial, and then the outcomes after. The little star tells you what the outcomes were on some of these, okay? The ones that have outcomes. I thought this was a really good, I saw it someplace else in a webinar I was listening to, but I thought it was appropriate. 80% of success at anything is psychological. Oh, God, do we know that to be true or what? Mindset, belief, emotions. Only 20% is due to the strategy, the specific steps that are needed to accomplish the result. Mindset, belief it's going to be successful, our mindset about it, and putting our emotions in check. We do know those things to be major as it pertains to the success of some things we've done, right? There was something else I was going to see here. These were my trades from yesterday that I entered. Oh, what was I going here for? I forgot now. Wow. I forgot. So maybe that's what I was going there for. Let's go look at them. Since I can't remember, then maybe it'll come to me and I'll go back. Unusual whales. Biden has said his dictator comment on Xi has no real consequence on China ties. I don't know if that's going to be the case. Let's see what's here. All right. Interesting things happen over on Twitter. Oh, I went to go see what Elite Options Trader was saying. What are you saying today? Last day in Barcelona. Oh, he's traveling. Oh, yeah. Snipping tool. I use it. I should really have the snipping tool open as soon as it should be with the part of the startup. I use it every single day, multiple times. So it should really be a part of the startup bar. Come on, Cletus. There we go. Let me put in our stuff first, then we can read it. Don't. I don't want it to be that big. 18 is sufficient. 18 might be too big. $43. I'm gonna go down one more. 43, what, 80, 75? 43.76. Oh, come on. Going down here. 4,044, which is 43.60 or 59. I took off 45. I think we were taking off 40 before. 43.65 support, and it's failing now. This means a likely dip to 43.35 to 37. Remember, these are zones. Is the next down. 43, take off 40, 70, 67, no, 68. 43.68 must reclaim in order to trigger. Mm -mm -mm. 43. Can I just do this number? 76. Yeah. Plus, there should be a plus here. I read Adam's newsletter, and he said that for the past 6 weeks or so, it's been weakness on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then strength on Thursday and Friday. And he said this week is following that same trend. There was strength yesterday with that 30-point pop, but the previous weeks, the pops were much bigger, like 70 points and 90 points. But this week, yesterday's pop was 30 or 40. So he says it might not be, do the same thing it did the previous weeks, but it did seem that that dip buying is still happening. He talked about shorting in this, let's say shorting being, put related things are kind of risky because you need the trend basically to break down. So keep in mind that the overall trend is still up. So even though there has been down this week, that the overall trend is still upwards. So the plan today, 43.60 is support, and it's failing now. He says this means a likely dip to 43.35 or 37 is the next down. If 43.68 must remain in order to trigger an upward ride to 43.76 plus. So it looks like the low would be 43.35, according to this, and the up would be 43.76. That's not a very big range. So you may want to, this may be if it's consolidation or whatever, you kind of watch, or if it drops and hits this, once it gives the 43.68, perhaps you can, this is only about 8 more points, put on a put credit spread that at least stays above those numbers, kind of keeps you safe there. If you're looking at SPX, and for XSP, we're moving these numbers down to 437, 437.6. There's no points over XSP, they're whole numbers. So 437, 438. Let's just take a decimal over, 436.8, 433.5, 436 here. Okay, that's how we do that when we're looking at XSP. Anybody have questions or comments on anything? What kind of trades did we do yesterday? Sandra, did you trade yesterday?
Yes, ma'am, I did. I lost about $30.
Okay, not too bad. Not too bad at all, huh? We don't enjoy losing it all, but we'll take 30 over anything higher.
Yes. As soon as I got out, then it moved.
Of course, isn't that the way it works?
Yes.
I did mention yesterday in the chat about the breakout because let me switch back to this other screen because I actually wasn't watching it. So when I looked back and saw it, but this first candle would have been the first 15-minute candle, and then it broke out for 2 more candles. So you could have gotten a little bit of a pop here. Definitely would have exited somewhere in here because you see it basically came almost back. XSP cannot ride all day. If you're buying a call or buying a put, that can't ride all day because your premiums get eaten up. So if you're going to do the pop, you need to definitely get your pop and get your money and close it. Now, if you're doing a put credit spread, a put credit spread underneath here would have been fine all day because it never came back down to this original level, or even the top of this, it never came down to there not to close. So a put credit spread also would have worked for the pop yesterday, right? So either one, buying a call, getting a certain amount of money and taking it off the table. Stephen asked yesterday about how to use the PDT hack if you're also looking at the breakout. And the way you would do that is once it broke out of this range over here, then you do the put credit spread here, and then immediately turn on the call credit spread, or at least try to open the call credit spread and wait for it to pick up. Then once the put credit spread and the call credit spread were on together, then you've locked in the profit. It's for the same benefit of just a pop on a call. You could do the same thing with using spreads, but you need the second side of that PDT hack to pick up. And they pick up fast sometimes. Usually when they're at the money, they do seem to pick up a little bit faster. If you're waiting for it to reach something, that for me seems a little slow. But if you're at the money if you're turning on another spread at the money, you seem to have a better chance of it picking up quicker. Seem to have a better chance picking up quicker. Was that clear to anybody who was potentially interested? Stephen asked about it yesterday. I don't know if anybody else had an interest in that information.
Arlissa. One other thing, and I don't know if everyone knows it, but when you're doing SPX, you do a PDT hack, you subtract whatever your profit from 500. On the XSP, you do it from 100.
This is very good point, because when we work on that, the PDT hack, you're working with the 100, not the 500. That's very good. When you got your profit, your max loss is there, you want to make sure your max, that whole mathematical thing that we did with PDT hack now includes $100, not $500. Very good point, Sandra. Very good point.
So we look at SoFi.
Yeah, we can. I'm flipping over to the screen right now. Let's see if SoFi has any interesting stuff going on. We're in the pre-market. Let's see what there it is. Yep, there it is. We're down at $8. You could do a short from where it is. Does it say, it don't say hard to borrow. You could do a short from where it is. And again, don't try to get too greedy. Have you a mark and then open it, put on your close order and close it. It might be good to go ahead if you're interested in that and you want to do it, now while we're in the pre-market, because once the real market opens, all the options put people are going to come in. At this point, there's no option people piling on. But you hate to take advantage of bad news.
So the short you would do a put on that side, correct?
No, if you're shorting shares,
if
you're going to short shares, you're going to pick this BS, the BA number up here at the top. You see where I'm at? Let me get my pen going. No, I didn't mean to pause the share. Okay, so you would pick, select up here next to the number.
Mm-hmm.
You pick that and you pick sale. And then it's going to ask you how many shares you want to sell. Then this is the price you're selling at, and then you confirm and send. Basically, at this point, you'd be selling at, come on, screen. If you sell, let's say at $8, you want to, if you buy back, let's say 7, then this is, a $1 drop. So if you got 100 shares, 1 times 100 shares is $100.
Mm-hmm.
You do more shares or you do more of a drop, then that's how that adds in. So if you decide you're dropping, you're going down to $6.50. Then this is $1.50. But what you also could do is not necessarily go further down, but go with more shares. You understand what I'm saying? So you can say,
Yes.
I'm going to do, well, this would be 100 shares. You can say, I'm going from 8 to 7, but I want to do 200 shares or 150 shares. Now, when you're selling it at 8, this is an $800 buying power impact. If you're in your margin account, it might not be as much because the margin account may carry some of the weight for you. But it's an $800 buying power impact if you sell, short them at that $8 price. And then going down, and then once again, it may not be as much depending on the broker and how much money you got in your account. The brokers, have a formula that they use when you're shorting, and it may not impact your account to that same degree. But when you do the like I'm going to show you here, when you do the buy and then sell, and then you hit this confirm and send, this next screen is going to tell you what the impact and stuff is. It'll tell you buying power effect and results. It'll tell you all that stuff on that screen. Okay. You can short in the pre-market. Just know if you open it in the pre-market and you close it sometime today, that's going to be a day trade. Okay, it's going to be a day trade. And if you may be fine, you're okay. I'll take my $100 and use my day trade. I'm cool with that. So I'm saying that may be you. But just know that if you open it now and you close it today, it's going to be a day trade. But there's no expiration on shorting. So you really can open it today and let it go until Monday and not use a day trade. It's going to be, it's a personal choice. Personal choice. As far as IVP stuff today, let me see if I can grab hold to our IVP list.
Thank you, Arlissa.
You're welcome, dear. Our IVP list. We've got fuel sale, Dish. I forgot about fuel sale. I have it over in my Robinhood account. Beyond is it still there? Rut, Nike, Palantir, Tesla, Mo's. I think this is like Mosaic or somebody. CMA is Comerica. AI is there. KRE, ETF, that's Walgreens, Rivian, and STZ is, I think, an ETF also. That's what we have as far as our IVP list. Hi, IVP list for 6/23. All righty. Let's see, what is the VIX at today, right now? 13. Oh my. The VIX is at 13. It just don't make sense. I guess the market is up though, but it's been kind of flat. Why is the VIX just chilling? This is against what we've heard, right? The VIX is at 13.47. This is Barron's does have a little talk about it. Stocks are down. So is the volatility index. What's up? What's going on? It's just chilling. That's what it is, though. It's what it is. All righty. So if the shorting thing with SoFi works out really nice, let us know in the chat, Miss Sandra, or whoever does. I know Miss Marcia is a shorter. So if Marcia, if you generate some capital off of SoFi's misfortune, let us know. Let us know. Where was I going? Brain just stopped. I think what happens is I'm in the midst of one thing and my brain goes off in another direction. So it interrupts the flow. It's like, no, you were thinking about something else. It just stops in the middle. That's not the plan. All righty. So this weekend, we don't really have anything scheduled. I'm going to meet with the live coaching group tomorrow afternoon to talk charting. If anybody's interested in being a part of that, that's going to be tomorrow evening at 6, I believe we decided on. We'll work on charting, teaching them charting and stuff with them. Jamie talked about some back testing of stuff. At this point, that's not on the list to do, but if something pops up, we'll let you know. I go back into the classroom next week. Bye. I go back to teaching. I got to teach Summer B starting next week. Got a crew of students who didn't get accepted into UNF based on their high school stuff. So they're conditionally accepted, but their conditional acceptance means they've got to pass the classes that they're taking this summer. So I went and talked to I mentioned yesterday the thing about the kids one kid was on vacation. One kid said he had eye surgery, but it was last week, and he's talking about wanting next week off. So the head of the department basically said, just let them know that there's a consequence to this. If it works out fine, then good. But if it doesn't, then they're going to be going to that school down the street. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. FSCJ is a good school as well, but it's more of a kind of a community school, and it's going to help bridge them to being ready for the university. So he's like, they just need to know that if this math class doesn't go well for the summer, then they won't be able to register here. They'll have to register someplace else. I'm like, okay, no problema. But I was told y'all it was double time in the class, but it's almost like triple timing because the regular semester is 16 weeks. And we're doing this in 6. It's going to be a fast ride for all of us, including me. Including me. You're welcome, Miguel. Going to be a fast ride for all of us. So that starts back up Monday. For 6 weeks, I'll be doing that. Of course, I'll keep y'all posted. I'll keep you posted. Anybody got any questions or comments before we wrap it up? Nope. All righty. Our daily declaration. I am a great trader. I am a successful trader. I am a focused trader. I declare that my wins exceed my losses. My account is growing more and more each week. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I am a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. I declare money likes me. I declare I'm a blessing to others. I declare I'm a world changer. I'm a world changer. Lord, it is you who gives us the power to get wealth. Deuteronomy 8:18. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. 2 Samuel 22:35. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have all that we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen. All right. So we're going to go up into the market today. You've got about 40 minutes to get all your stuff together if you got to get anything together. But what we're going to do is these two things, right? We're going to stay green and we're going to get this money. All right. I'll see y'all in the chat. Let's make sure if you got questions or comments or things, please make sure that put it there so we can be of service. All righty. I'll talk to everybody later on in the chat. All right. Bye, everybody. Goodbye, everyone. Real quick, I just wanted to come on. This is Arlissa, Educator to Trader. Wanted to come on and tell you and ask you, I guess, to like and subscribe to the channel. If you like the content that I create and I'm, posting regularly, then go ahead and subscribe. That way you won't miss anything and you can be a part of all that we're doing here. I'm a coach to sellers. I'm an option sellers coach. If that's a vein that you don't know anything about or you want to know more about, then go ahead, subscribe, and check us out all the time. All right. Thank y'all. I appreciate it.